3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back. How you doing? How you feeling? And how is your mind? You know I gotta ask that because that's where everything starts at. That's where the enemy loves to attack. All right, y'all, what is going on with y'all? So y'all know we already are in the series, you know, who is your GPS locator? And it's because God has been talking to me through these years so loud to the point where it's almost like it's audio. You know, I get confirmations in the physical. I have dreams about things, and I had dreams about bridges and cars, and as you know, I kept having them. God was able to reveal to me exactly what that meant. And so I gotta make sure that I finish this series with y'all, because a lot of times we are in an immature mindset state, meaning a lot of things have an influence on us. They have this way of controlling what we do, the narrative, who we're trying to be, and all this other stuff, right? I'm trying to go, y'all. Calm down, relax. It's everybody's turn. You see, we're gonna talk about patience too when you get to your destination, okay? Because that right there, people just be doing way too much. But I like to film when I have time, and a lot of times it's when I'm driving. Those other sit down videos, girls, y'all know what I'm talking about. I be, you know, that's like one day out of every few days, or one day out of a week that I'm able to sit down and film the record videos, because you actually have to edit more to those dang sit down videos. But anyway, y'all, so y'all can tell by the title what we're talking about, what we're trying to get into. And if you hear anything in the back, I actually have King with me. He is in the car. Okay, so we're taking a little trip to your destination. Okay, one, right, your location. I'm gonna ask you, the direction that you're going into, who told you to go into that location? Did you automatically do it on yourself? Like, do it by yourself? You decided to go there? You decided to take that route? Were you influenced by the people around you? The people that were in different lanes that was beside you? Did you detour from where you were supposed to be going, your path, your lane? Or did you listen to the Holy Spirit and allow him to guide you? Because I'm gonna be honest, it's some people that are not feeling their purpose, and they want to know why they're unfulfilled. There's some people that compared their journey, their success, where they were headed to somebody else's, and then somebody else's, and then somebody else's. So they not even heading into the right destination. You feel me? There are some people that, because of the environment that they were brought up into, the people that were around them, they decided the best thing to do was not be like those people and do it on their own. But they think that they got to get ready to go to God, so they stranded. Because in their head, I got to get ready to go to God. You can't never get ready to go to God. The destination that you're headed to can't be what you feel like you should. It can't be, oh, I want to be like everybody else, so I see that they're doing this, and she has a house, and she has a car, and she's doing this, and she's doing that. Or he, replace it with, if I'm talking to my fellas, replace she with he. They doing that, they doing this. Oh, they married by now. They have kids. And the whole time that they're married and they have kids, they're not even the best version of themselves. So they sitting there taking out things on their kids that they should have been healed from a long time ago in a different season. But because they was in a rush and they wanted it right now, they done messed up. A lot of times when we thinking about the destination and the location that we're headed to, we don't really realize that these people are not where they're supposed to be at. Or they might be where they're supposed to be at, but they're not paying attention to everything that's around them to actually enjoy where they're at, their location. There's people that's on Instagram right now, and y'all know for a fact, because y'all see it all the time. Oh, they posting their best life. But you don't know that they having suicidal thoughts at night. That they ready to give up. And I love to say this because females love it. I wish I had a man like that. Oh my God. Look how he be treating her. He always giving her flowers, but he knocking her upside the head. He cheating on her with her sister. We gotta stop paying attention to every single body, even your parents, y'all. For the longest time, I was like, you know what? My mom had a me out of wedlock, right? And then my father and her got engaged or whatever like that, whatever the story may be. You know, they did all of this stuff. So in my head, I was thinking like, well, I was raised by a single mother, so I don't want to repeat that same cycle. All along, I'm trying not to be like my mother, but not realizing I got more tendencies like my mother than anything, because I'm looking at it on my own provision and not God's provision. I'm not understanding some of the qualities that she has, I need to have. Because one thing about us as humans, we always gonna sit up there and judge somebody to what we feel like they should be, how they should be moving, all types of stuff, the way we judge ourselves, the way we hold ourselves accountable, and we always got the right answers in the sauce for somebody else but can't take it on our own. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need to listen to people, and people are community, but somebody tell you that you're doing something, you want to sit there and justify your actions. Where you're headed to. And y'all, I'm not even just saying like location. I'm talking about dreams. I'm talking about all types of stuff. I just mentioned like people, you know, comparing their singleness or their loneliness to somebody else's. Oh, they have a family, they have this, but don't realize that they one step away from giving it all up. Because you on the outside looking in. You see the beautiful part, but you don't see the work of it all. You don't see what it takes to get there. On top of that, you might want to be married or have a child or have a relationship, but it's not in the season that God is calling you. That might be 4 seasons ahead of where, and God got you. Let me tell you right now, he got you. But you might be rushing it. And the whole time right now, you're supposed to be taking the time out to heal, because you have so much pain and hurt inside. You still ain't let go of what your daddy did. You ain't let go of what your mommy did. You ain't let go of that last relationship. So where you headed to? If you have a dream of being a boss, right? What kind of boss do you want to be? Are you allowing the ways of the world to influence you of what type of boss? Or are you allowing your emotions to dictate your actions? Meaning, when you get upset and you feel like somebody is not doing to their best standard, are you willing to have a conversation with them to bring them up par and check your tone while you deliver it? Or do you feel like you should yell, curse, and maybe fire them? These are a lot of things that people naturally sometimes forget. And then you have some people that feel like their version of what they're supposed to be doing, where that location, that destination is, that's what it's supposed to look like. And it's not. It's too worldly. It's too humane. You know what I'm saying? There have to be things that happen in your life to allow you to guide and be a guider as well. Because remember, we're not in this world just for us. It's not just about us. My story is going to influence or impact somebody else. Because at the end of the day, we all go on different journeys, and we all are different like parts of that journey. So in relations, this would make sense to somebody else. But if I don't have God to direct me, I can influence somebody to make the wrong turn. Because we are in partnership. The destination and the location that you're headed to. Where are you going? Where are you trying to go? Are you being influenced by other people? Are you inspired by other people? Where's your encouragement coming from? Where's your motivation coming from? Are you listening and taking the time out to spend with the Holy Spirit to understand who you are as a person and where your next destination is? Because like I just said, sometimes we 3 destinations ahead. And right now, the Holy Spirit is just focused on you getting to point A. You trying to figure out everything for the future. And right now, you need to be living right now, in this moment, in this current season. You need to be figuring out how you... Sorry, y'all. I don't know what that just was. The lady next to me started laughing. Child, I looked around because I'm like, is there any animals? Not trying to, I already know, but stuff be crazy. But where you headed to and where you going? Who's it influenced by? Who is directing your footsteps? Who is guiding you along? When you getting discouraged and you getting overwhelmed, who are you going to? Because a lot of times we go to humans. We go to, I think my sister got it. I think my sister can motivate me to get right. And the first thing you should be doing is praying and talking to God and letting him know where you're at. And being truthful and honest. God, I know you told me to go back to school, but when I was in high school, I wasn't, I didn't pay attention like I was supposed to. I didn't sit still like I was supposed to. I didn't take the notes like I was supposed to. I didn't even go to school like I was supposed to. So I know you're calling me to go to school in this season, but I'm fearful. It's not that I don't trust you. I just don't trust myself. Being transparent, because honestly, you really looking for somebody else to enlighten you and give you that encouragement. Ain't nobody gonna do it. Ain't nobody gonna do it like how God gonna do it. That energy that he gonna give you and fulfill you and lift you up in those times, like going to work. I'm telling my team members every single day, because I'm gonna be honest. I told y'all. Matter of fact, let's bring it back. The assistant store team leader, right? She was my team leader at one season in my life. I'm so happy because in that season of my life, I was so broken that seeing somebody say that they are going through the stuff that they're going through and showing you what they're going through, but picking to choose to come in and just be happy and be motivated and she's older, so understanding that she went through life already. Because I was always the type where I do want to be around older people, because how did you get here? How did you get here? Because you know something I don't know. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to take all their information, but there's things that I know for a fact. There's things they know. They've been through some stuff. Now, you also need the Holy Spirit. You need to have discernment to know who you need to be listening to, because remember, you got people that are they're so just miserable, prideful, egotistical, that they'll influence you for the wrong things and to do the wrong things. But she's my AST, right? She still comes in after all this time. She still comes in and she's happy and she wants to lift up everybody and she wants to be supportive. She's choosing to do that. Where there are other people in this world that will choose to be miserable, choose to discourage people, choose to be arrogant, prideful, like as if they did it on their own. And she's choosing to do this because it takes a certain mindset. Honestly, it takes more energy to be aggravated, annoyed, frustrated, angry at people than to let it go and to love them. And I'm telling you this because I know this. For before 2017, 2018, the way my mind was set up and how I treated people, and people will never really admit, like, they're gonna always give their self validation for the reasons why they did things. You get what I'm saying? Oh, well, I did that because they did this. But the reason why you got to go to everybody to confirm if it was okay for you to do it is because you know for a fact that's not how you were supposed to handle that situation. Anyway. Or you sitting there in the house by yourself and you thinking like, I didn't really handle that situation the best, because you didn't. and it's okay. But instead of doing and reacting off your emotions, why don't you invite the Holy Spirit into that conversation to navigate you to where you're supposed to be at and what destination that you're going to next? Okay, when I'm talking about destination and location, y'all, I'm not talking about a physical like house or like a business. It could also be for that too, if this is speaking to you, if God is speaking to you. Okay, but a lot of times I'm talking about mindset and the way we address things and how we go about things and how we treat people. That's why I always ask, how is your mind? Because honestly, being around somebody that is as positive I'm saying is, it's influencing me to be like, you know what, maybe I do be looking at things wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at things the way I feel like it should be looking at, and then I have the Holy Spirit saying, yeah, and that's not how it's gonna work. Like, I understand you, Ashley, but that's just not how it's gonna work. Or, yeah, I know you want that, Ashley, but you're not ready yet. I'm taking time to prepare you. And at this location, for your next destination, I'm taking time to prepare you at this location. And that's what a lot of times we get so anxious and get depressed and all type of stuff, because we're not in the location that God has called us to be at, and we're not content with it. You got to be content, man. You got to be content. And a lot of times when you don't have the Holy Spirit, you're not fulfilled. You just waiting and ready, and you're trying to get fulfillment from every single thing. And the only way you're going to be fulfilled, the way you think that you're going to be fulfilled, is if you're really walking and having a relationship with the Holy Spirit. And I'm only talking from experience, because y'all, before walking with the Holy Spirit, that way of me feeling and my mindset and how I felt and how I went about things, child, is very different. I had more patience. Even though I get annoyed and I get aggravated, I'll get frustrated and stuff, but not to the level of what I used to. It was crazy. So, where you going? Who told you to go there? Are you talking to the Holy Spirit? Are you inviting him in? Is he navigating your footsteps? Who is your GPS locator? When you lost, when you confused, when you stuck, when you feel like you can't even get out your bed in the morning, when you feel like it's the way of the world, who are you calling on? Because at the end of the day, if you could get out the bed, you would have got out the bed already. If you could have healed yourself, you would have healed yourself already. So evidently, you need something else. And that's the Holy Spirit. That's God. That's Jesus. Walk with him. Allow him to guide you. And he's going to take his time. There's no such thing as getting ready to go to God. If that was the case, we wouldn't need God and we would already be ready. Once you allow him to start working in you and you being good with yourself, you're going to be able to treat people the way that they should be treated. I just said in the locker room, I said, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. A lot of people can't love their neighbor because they don't love themselves. That's why they get aggravated and get frustrated with their neighbor, because that's how they treat themselves. Oh, I'm just so done with myself. I can't take myself no more. And then that's why you treat the people. And I'm going to be honest. I can talk and say that that's valid because that's how I was. So whether you want to admit to it, I will. That's how I was. Now, I might have sat up there and somebody asked for something, I would have gave it to them. Yeah, but that does not make myself it doesn't define me still not being selfish, if that doesn't make sense. Just because in one aspect of your life that you'll do something does not mean it makes you anything than selfish. You just will do that. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna have to make it make sense one day, y'all, because I used to think because somebody asked for something I would do it, but in my heart there were things that were in my heart that still made me selfish. But anyway, all right, y'all, we're gonna wrap this up. Make sure y'all tuning in, y'all checking in. You got the podcast, ladies. You got the ladies locker room. Right now we're doing a GPS locator. I will try to jump on here and get back to my day-to-day, like giving you motivation, little talks before I go to work. But I'm trying to find the balance with God in the new stuff, and doing all this other stuff that we're working on together, and then also balancing my YouTube channel, because I want to make sure that I stay consistent with YouTube and everything else. But y'all, I love y'all so much. Y'all have a blessed day, have a blessed week. Okay, before you start thinking about stuff and jumping into everybody else and what they doing, just allow God to do what he's doing for you and doing through you, and allow him to be your locator. Allow him to tell you where your next steps are. Allow him to go ahead and plug in that location for you, because your location might not be the location he's really trying to call you to. And what happens is, when we get out of alignment of God's plans, it makes things a lot harder for us, and that's how a lot of people are miserable and things like that, because we do have the free will and decision making to do so. But y'all, I love y'all. Y'all have a good day.